so today I'm going to be fishing just a Mackinaw shad. Gonna start with the 3/8 ounce, I believe it is. Actually, it might even be lighter than that. I'll have to look it up. But we're fishing shallow to start, so don't need a ton of weight. And all I'm gonna be doing is just kind of bouncing it on the bottom, see if there's any fluke around. Oh, we got our first taker. Oh, look at that. I don't think it's net worthy. That's a heartbreak right there. Yeah, that's like, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 15 and a half, 16 inch, probably 16. All right, so I know for a fact this is not a keeper, but it's a start, right? Gotta start somewhere. Now, why I was super pumped to actually test these out for flounder is they look just like a peanut bunker, same profile, same color. You could almost argue that they kind of look like a mama chug as well, but I figure let's try and match the hatch and fish with something that looks similar to what these flounder are feeding on. Ooh, I think we might have just dropped on one because felt that little slight tap as we were hitting the bottom. Didn't feel big though, so I'm just gonna keep jigging it. Oh yeah, there it is again. That felt like a smaller fish. And right now we're drifting at a decent speed, like half a knot, which for flounder fishing is like pretty good. Anyway, I like anywhere from a half to a 1 knot. Yeah, there. Oh, that might have been a small sea bass actually. All right, so we're gonna start that drift again. I kind of shortchanged the first one because I wanted to see what would happen with our wind and tide, so that I could kind of adjust for the next drift. Wind's coming at my face right now, like across the kayak. Tide's kind of going straight back. Oh, I just had something and missed it. Didn't feel big though, so I think there might be a lot of sea bass around right now. Yeah, those are little sea bass. But we are seeing some marks underneath us that could be flounder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a nicer flounder. Oh yeah, look at that monster. Holy smokes. That's a freaking stud. Look at that. That's awesome. Let's get a quick measurement on this guy. Actually, yeah, just open it up. Ooh, easy buddy. They are such an awkward fish to handle sometimes. Get the nose there. 20 1/4 inches. That ain't a bad fluke. All right, so he's probably the luckiest 20-inch flounder in all of the ocean, because most 20-inchers don't really go back. But I'm a firm believer of taking what you need, and right now I don't need them, and I hate wasting stuff, you know what I mean? I'd rather not kill something that I might not eat, you know. Now, I'll be honest with you, I am a firm believer of less is more sometimes, and I feel like this size profile is like primo for flounder. Now granted, I have these in bigger sizes, like 1.8 ounce, and I think I actually have them in half as well, but sometimes I feel like the elephants eat peanuts. But I'm gonna set back up on that drift. Funny, I had a few sea bass hits, but I knew I was marking some flounder off of that little ledge that we were just on. In fact, I just passed over some as well. I'm gonna try to be patient and set up for the long run for this drift, rather than just try and drop on fish that I mark. You know, you can be successful that way, looking for marks and just trying to individually jig fish like that. But sometimes it's better just to do your actual drift and cover ground rather than depend on your sea bass, depend on your depth finder. All right, setting back up on that little drift we just did. Seeing some life on the bottom. I think it might mostly be sea bass though, the way the shapes are. There's a flounder. Oh, there was a flounder. See if he comes back for it. I don't know. Might have missed my shot on that one. These guys, yikes. Now you want to talk about an ambitious sea bass. Holy moly, look at this. Literally trying to eat something the same size as him. That's pretty neat. All right, drop it right here. Ooh. Someone just took a hold of it and dropped it. That's sea bass right there. And see, there's definitely some bait suspended up. I'm assuming it's peanut bunker. I've seen so many peanut bunker, honestly, around. This time of year when the, you know, back bay becomes like bath water, they just get so loaded in there. Jeez, that's unfortunate. And it's funny, it looks like there's like small stripers behind them or some type of predatory fish. Oh, dang son, I just dropped on a flounder. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And this one's got like a weird colored tail. You see that? Look at that. Dang. Now, let's see how far this went down, because I don't want to kill this guy. It's not that bad. I just gotta get him to open his mouth. There we go. I'd rather not kill this guy for a jig. But look at that. Almost looks like something skinned him. That's weird. It's a pretty neat little guy. There he goes. Alright, toss her out right here. See that? Yeah, that's a flounder. Small one. Like prototypical, I don't know, 15-incher. You could always tell by the hit when they're like just kind of playing with it rather than just inhaling it. I noticed with the big ones, they just freaking grab it and go, and your rod's bent halfway over. Try it pitching right there. The nice thing about these Mackinaw shads that are different than, you know, the pre-rigged like swim shads is if you get a rip or a tear, you can just feed a new bait on and you're good to go. Whereas with the pre-rigged ones, you're kind of like one shot, and then once it tears, you're done, and you got to tie a new one on. Most of those companies don't really sell like the extra hollow bodies because they know they can make more money selling you another pack of them. But just put some more Procure on and try and set up where we just drifted before and see if we can't find some more fish. Cast it ahead of me, cover a little bit more ground. I would tell you what the water temperature is, but my gauge on my depth finder seems to not be working. Kind of curious actually what the water temperature is, because we just had an upwelling a week or so ago, and water did drop a little bit, but it's still pretty warm. Oh, there's a flounder. Man. A lot of cookie cutters today. That 20-incher might have been the outlier. But you know what? There's action. I'll take action over getting skunked any day of the week. There we go. There's a flounder. Man, that guy is spunky. Nice little bath right there from that flounder. Let's get him back in the water. Cool little fish. Well, look at that, man. Big stingrays underneath us. Oh man. Yikes. Guess we're going in the right direction with sea bass. This guy's slightly bigger than that first one we caught. Alright. Just move to a different area. See if we can't find some more flounder, fluke, whatever you want to call them. Oh, that's a nice flounder. Oh, holy smokes, that's a nice flounder. You can just feel the weight on them. Get this ready. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, not my best net job, but, and see, that probably would have been, my guess, that one would have fell right in the slot. That's like 17 on the dot is my guess, but he's not huge. We're not gonna measure him. I'm not gonna keep him, but it's still a beautiful fish. Now, my initial plan when I came today was to fish actually sod banks or like marsh cut throughs, but with little to no wind when we first got out here, one, the drift would have been pretty slow, pretty tough to kind of fish, and two, the bugs. This time of year, the greenheads come out in full force. And not to like share a horror story with you, but 2 weeks ago I came out fishing in this area, and I launched my kayak in a like sod bank area, but you have to walk through a tree line to get to it. And when I say like it was like something out of a horror movie, like I'm talking thousands of greenheads just like dive in my head. And the worst part is I had a hooded shirt, I had my hood up, I had, you know, pretty much my body covered, and they would just fly into my hood. I could feel them on my neck, all over, like just biting me or whatever, stinging, whatever they do. I honestly rather get stung by like a wasp or a bee, honestly. So kind of having a little PTSD with the greenheads. That's why I kind of shied away from the marshland early on. So wind kind of picked up a little bit since we got out, so that's why I decided to kind of head over here, give it a shot. There's a flounder. Oh, spit it right through his kayak. Ooh. Oh, there's a fish. Oh yeah, that's a fluke. Look at this guy. Freaking inhaled the LISV shad, man. Probably a heartbreaker if I had to guess. Just to see what do we got here. I'm guessing 16 maybe. Yep, 16 on the dot. There he goes.